product sponsor for this video is Extrusion Overland. Visit extrusionoverland.com for all your modular bed rack and cargo solution needs.
Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back. Oh man. So, I have a little video planned, or had it planned. So, I'm gonna do some slight paint correction on the Colorado here. It's a black vehicle, so you guys know the pain. Sorry, trying to grab something here. The pain of maintaining a black vehicle, black and scratch free. When I got this truck, it already had scratches and whatnot, pinstripes from the previous owner. You know, so I'm gonna take care of them, and I'm gonna see if I have some ceramic coat left over to protect it. All right, so right now I am about to drive out to the gas station and get some diesel. I'm gonna fill this up real quick. Little shot of everyday diesel treatment, EDT. If you got diesel, I swear by this stuff, guys. Just squeeze it, that little reservoir fills up, and pour it in. You always want to do it before you're about to get a new tank of fuel here. That way it mixes in properly. Here it goes right here. Check it out, guys. Got some chicks. They're inside a dog kennel right now, but I'm gonna be building them a chicken coop the next few weeks because they're getting big pretty fast. And I'm pretty sure one of them is a rooster. He's got thicker ankles, and his feathers are starting to flare up on the tail side. You know, so I don't know how I feel about that. Crazy story with these chicks. I went over to Tractor Supply and meet a guy to trade a generator I didn't use for a welder, because I could get more use out of a welder than I could a generator that just sits around. And I met him at a Tractor Supply store out here in not here, but next city to Patterson from Turlock, California. And we did the trade there. So did I close the gas cap? Yeah, as I was walking inside that Tractor Supply to get some welding material, I saw they had chicks. I wasn't planning on buying chicks. I thought about the idea of owning chickens one day, but it never happened. Right now, materialized. Sorry. Put you guys through some darkness here. Anyways, bought the chicks, unplanned, and came home with them. Minimum to purchase was 4. They were $5 each, so I had to get 4 of them. And my wife didn't know. I just showed up with them, and I've kind of been learning about taking care of chicks, right? Have them grow and everything, and they're pretty cool, you know. So yeah, I got chicks in my garage right now. But yeah, I just threw that little additive in my tank. Gonna drive out to the gas station now, get some diesel, and also I'm running low on DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, for you gassers out there. So let's go on and make our way over there. Oh, and another thing, I've been getting my a light every morning on my way to work, right? It says a service 4x4 or 4-wheel drive, something like that. And I mean, I've been reading around the not forums, but on YouTube, Google and whatnot, you know, to check my connections on the electrical connectors, because they come loose, they become dirty sometimes. So I'm gonna do that today too. Worst case scenario, I have an extended warranty on this truck because I did buy it used, and if you're gonna buy a used vehicle, make sure you get the extended warranty, guys. Trust me, it's peace of mind for crap like this. You only pay like a $200 deductible, and they cover pretty much everything that the factory warranty covers. This car or truck is no longer in the factory warranty. Unfortunately, it's a 2018, and I got it with like 73,000 miles. Crazy, right? Traded in a truck with about, it was like 20,000, 21,000 miles for this thing. You know, you guys remember my old Trail Boss, but I like this truck more, believe it or not. So yeah, I got that service 4x4 light on, and it only happens every morning on my way to work, and I can't shift into 4-wheel drive because of that. So I gotta take my phone out, guys. But what's funny is, on my way back home from work, after it's been out in the sun all day, I can shift into 4x4. I don't get that message anymore. And yeah, it's only been happening in the morning time. So if you guys have experience with this kind of stuff, you know, help me out here. I don't know how to deal with electrical gremlins as much as I do mechanical stuff. Otherwise, I'll just take it into the dealer. I was looking into the transfer case actuator. It's about $200 on Rock Auto. My deductible is 200 bucks, so I'm thinking, okay, just take it to the dealer, pay the $200. That way, if they diagnose it, they do it properly, versus me having to buy that part, spending 200 bucks just to find out it was something else, and there I am forking up more money. But yeah, that's my situation right now. All right, so let me go ahead and get this little solar shade thing off of this real quick. I need to put you guys down, and I'll drive out to the gas station and talk some more. All right, off we go on a little adventure to the gas station. Well, yeah, I finally got some time off. I transferred over from my previous position with the company I work at in Fremont, California, and now work in Lathrop. So I went from painting cars to powder coating some big enclosures, you know, and I mean, I wear a sauna suit all day because I'm right next to an oven that gets about 350 degrees, and I sweat a lot, you know, so I've been coming home more tired than usual. But I love the schedule. I work 3 days on, 3 days off, and I go back and I work 4 days on and I get 4 days off. And that to me is a dream schedule. It's a schedule I've been after ever since I started with this company. You know, I started Monday through Fridays, and that shifted to Monday through Saturdays, but it was only 10-hour shifts. And then I went to a weird schedule that's a 12-hour shift, and you work 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off, and then the other days, or the next week, it's completely the opposite, right? It alternates. So yeah, I really like the schedule. Unfortunately, I don't get Fridays or Saturdays off anymore, but I do get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, and every other Wednesday off. You know, so like I said, 1 week I'll get 3 days off, and the other week, wherever that Wednesday falls that I get off, that's my 4-day weekend, which is pretty cool. I get to go out off-road, you know, find some camp spots after the weekend crowd has left, because after COVID, you know, let's be real, COVID made overlanders out of everybody with a 4x4 vehicle. It definitely did that for me. I mean, I was only into camping and very light off-roading before COVID, but because of COVID, I was able to discover more stuff, learn way more stuff about the overland community and just how much fun it is, you know. So yeah, I was part of that crowd, but I stuck to it, and I love it now. I hope I can do this until the day I die. But yeah, that's my schedule right now. I get to enjoy these places outside of the regular crowded days, right? The weekends, which is a plus. And I do get every Sunday off. You know, Sundays are pretty important. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. Man, freaking allergies. I've got non-stop allergies. Alright guys, so I'm about to get to the gas station here. I know it's a long drive, right? But gonna fill up real quick, go buy some DEF, fill my tank up with DEF. I don't even know how many gallons this thing takes. I always just drop 1 gallon when I get the low DEF light, you know. So I'm just gonna keep doing that, unless you guys know exactly how many gallons the ZR2 diesel takes. Just let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, see you in a few. Is here to get some DEF at Walmart. I always come here because it's way cheaper than going to the truck stop. And again, I'm only getting 1 container actually get a cart for this. I could have just walked it, but this is located near the camping section. That's where I'm going. Okay, so I'm about to just rinse off the truck real quick. It's about 80 degrees, 85 right now. Shouldn't really be washing in the sun, but as you can see, there is a lot of dust. All right, and I'm gonna be polishing this thing. Probably gonna take me about all day, but I really want to show you guys the scratches and pinstripes it's got right now, so you guys can see the before and after. What I really should do is decontaminate the truck, right, with an acid wash that I have. Not an acid wash, but it's like a citrus wash. So yeah, you could call it acid wash. And what that does is breaks down all the waxes and whatever coatings the paint's got, which at this point I'm pretty sure it has none. And after that, I'm supposed to clay bar it, then wash it again, and then bring it into the garage, and then do the paint correction process. But it's an off-road vehicle. I'm not gonna go through the trouble of doing all that. It's gonna take me way too freaking long, all right? I just really want to look better than the day I got it. So all I'm gonna do is just wash it or rinse it down with water real quick. Maybe like some suds, you know, loosen up that dirt, emulsify it. And I'm gonna bring it to the garage. I'm gonna hit it with some cutting compound, or not cutting compound, but a cutting pad. You know, it's just a wool pad. And then I'm gonna follow it up with, sorry guys, I have to sneeze. All right, never mind, went away. It'll come back later. After that, I'll hit it with a little bit softer pad using the same compound. You know, nothing too technical, too extreme, but I'll show you guys the process as I'm doing it. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get my little pressure washer ready and start rinsing this thing down. Alright guys, so I just got done washing the truck. It was super fast. I didn't do anything crazy special, didn't go into detail with the wheels or anything. I literally just got the surface dirt off of it because I don't want that stuff swirling around which I'm polishing it. Why? Because it's gonna scratch my paint and it's gonna look worse than it does right now. Alright, so while I wait for the truck to finish drying off out there in the heat and the sun, I'm gonna start getting all my equipment here ready in the garage. It's gonna be two pads, alright? I'm gonna hit it with a wool pad, which is kind of aggressive, and then a softer pad. It's an orange pad. I'm pretty sure manufacturers classify them right by color. So I'm gonna get that stuff ready, get my polishers out. I am gonna be using a rotary polisher. I could use a DA polisher, which is a dual action polishing tool, right? The reason I'm not gonna use that is because it's gonna take way too long, you know, and it's more forgiving if you use a DA versus a rotary. A rotary, it's very, very easy to burn your paint. And what I mean by burning your paint is if you're polishing it aggressively with something that's spinning that fast on a black vehicle, you're gonna start to see that black turn to white real quick. That means you polish past the clear coat, you polish past the base coat, and you're polishing into the primer coat, and that's gonna require a new coat of paint. If you're not experienced with rotary polishers, I recommend you use a DA polisher for that. Trust me, you'll thank me later. It's a lot more forgiving, but because I have experience with polishing vehicles and paint and whatnot, I'm gonna go ahead and use the rotary polisher. All right, just to speed up the process because my wife and kids are actually gonna be home in a few hours and I'm trying to be done before they get here so I can spend time with them. All right guys, so just let me go ahead and start getting everything ready in the garage while that thing sits out there to dry and get ready for its treatment, all right? Stand by. The truck is in the garage now. Let me show you just what it is. I'm gonna use my little color match light slash paint correction light, but bam, look at all that nastiness. And again, this truck did come with pinstripes when I got it because it's used, but we're gonna remedy that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start masking off the sections I didn't want to get compound on, which is mainly the plastic stuff. The polishing compound does come off of those areas. Rubbing compound is something else, right? That stuff is like, man, it's like white paint almost. If you get it on your plastic trim, you're gonna have a hard time taking it off. All right, so just stand by real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and mask off and possibly just tear off, not tear off, but pull off the fenders, the fender guards here, fender flares. There you go. All All right, and it's very minimal masking I'm gonna do. So let's get to it. I'll show you guys a quick little before and after here. I'm gonna do a portion of the left side from the tape, so you guys can see the proof is in the pudding. So I went from aggressive to medium. If I really wanted an awesome finish, I go with the black pad, which is ultra smooth. But again, it's an off-road vehicle. Let's see the results. And that was a really fast pass through, guys. Look at that, compare it. Let's take the tape off now. Let me go ahead and wipe that down real quick. Get that line out the way. And that's a spot I have not touched. So I'm gonna focus a little bit more on this. And again, these scratches there, they are gonna be a little bit deep. It might require some wet sanding, you know, with some 2500 grit or something, and then follow it up with the same polishing process I just did. But this is not a show vehicle. It is a black truck, but not a show truck, all right? So I'm just gonna keep doing what I just did here throughout the rest of the truck. It's gonna make everything look a lot better. It's not gonna completely make the heavy pinstripes disappear. Okay guys, so I'll wrap up here, go around the truck, give you guys some nice B-roll and whatnot, and then we'll go from there. Way better. But of course right here it's got these little pinholes. That's what I'm talking about, where the previous owner or the dealership I got this from just touched it up with some paint by hand. They didn't do it properly, but it's no big deal. Like I said, I'm gonna get some paint on this later on, but right now just want to make it look better than it did. It's coming up awesome, or coming out awesome. It's actually shining now. There's less swirl marks. See the reflection better. Same thing for the rest of the doors here and the fenders. The hood too. The hood, you could tell they probably did some like clear coat or possibly resprayed it in a garage somewhere. There's some orange peel here, and again, it's not as glassy as it should be from factory. So you know, that's a telltale sign that previous owner, talking to you Joshua, if you're watching this, you know, had some fun with this. I don't know what kind of other abuse it went through, but so far it's treating me good, and that's a risk I was assuming to take, or I was willing to take. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this thing around, put the bed of the truck into the garage first, because I don't want to do this in the sun. If you're doing it in the sun, you're not gonna get the best results. All right, so I found some ceramic coating laying around in the garage. So I am actually gonna wash the truck with that citrus wash I told you guys about earlier, pretty much just to strip off all that
leftover residue that the compound left, so this adheres to the surface pretty good. The reason I'm doing this is not to protect the paint to make it look like a showroom car. It's mainly for my purposes of every time I go off-roading, you know, it's a pain in the butt to get mud off of certain panels, and this is going to help make cleanup a lot easier. If you have an off-road vehicle and you think ceramic coating is going to help protect against scratches, that's not what ceramic coating does. What ceramic coating does is it helps protect against stuff that sticks to the surface and makes it easier to wipe off, like acid rain, bird droppings, and also hard water stains too. They're a lot easier to clean. Okay, if you want to protect against scratches, get paint protection film instead. Let's go ahead and pull the truck out of here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start washing it.
I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. In my house, don't need no tour. It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Wow. If I got it, they got it. Fairly strong, they solid. For them empty my pockets. If I got it, we got it. Foundation been solid. Taking off like a rocket. Yeah. I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. In my house, don't need no tour. It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, I love you too. I love you too. Family so lit, they say we should make a YouTube, but we don't do that. I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain.
Sorry if this thing is kind of tilted. My tripod starting to crack. But the truck is washed. I already degreased everything using that citrus wash. So what I'm going to do right now is apply some ceramic coating I had left over. Feels like a full bottle, so I should have enough for at least one coat on the full truck. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the sections where I have more trouble getting stuff off, like the grill, the front area of the hood, the side caps, or the skull caps on the mirrors, because that's where I always get bugs and everything, and anything else that's left over is going on the rest of the truck. Again, this isn't to make the truck look pretty. I'm just trying to make it look better. As I was going through the truck, I did see some trouble areas that, you know, the deeper you get into the job you're doing, the more you start to realize this is not really worth the effort I'm putting into it. Unfortunately, that is the state of the paint of this truck. The previous owner, like I said, did have his fun, and the paint suffered the consequences, all right? So it's not a big deal for me later on down the line. Like I said, I'm gonna paint it, but for now, I'm just gonna make it easier for me to wash in the future by applying some, what is this, Armor Shield by Avalon King, I believe. No, I'm not sponsored, but this is pretty inexpensive stuff and it works wonders. So I'm running out of sunlight, guys. I'm gonna do this off camera and see if I can show you the results. If not, I'll take some pictures. You guys can check out the Instagram, the YouTube community page, Patreon, or what else? Am I missing something? No, I got them all. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking this out before the sun goes down, and just let it sit, cure overnight. And the application process is super simple. Everything is self-explanatory on the box. You guys can follow directions. You want to do it yourself. And if you want perfect results on your car, obviously, you know, your paint's gonna be in better condition. So this truck is gonna get ceramic coating, and it's probably the most beat up paint job you'll see out there with ceramic coating on it. So let's go ahead and knock this out, and hopefully there's enough sunlight to show you guys later. Applied the ceramic coat. It did fill in a lot of the swirls that I still saw after the fact. Don't get me wrong, it's still a piece of shit, right? But it looks good from about 25 feet away, which is the only way you guys are gonna see it. I'm gonna take pictures from 25 feet away. No, I'm just kidding. No, it does look way better, guys. Check it out. And I do have some B-roll to show you. Camera won't pick it up, but the pinstripes it used to have, most of them are gone. It didn't used to glisten like this before. Got the hood too, and I'm gonna try to put ceramic coat on the hood first, on this front part, and also the mirror caps, because that's where you get most bugs when you're driving, and it's a pain in the butt to wash off. All right, especially you guys like to go mudding and whatnot. I get mud on it every now and then. I don't go mudding for some reasons. Check out my Prairie City video. I had a trail boss that was completely caked with mud, and that thing still had mud for freaking years, you know, like a year, 2 years after the fact. Never again, guys, unless I get a freaking Jeep from the 90s or something. It's not happening. But thank you for watching again, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully the next video you guys see is going to be me off-roading, and see if Justin can come along. Catch you guys later.
Money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it